In this video session, let us learn how to carry out the steady state heat transfer analysis to determine the temperature distribution through the composite wall using elimination and penalty approach, and also we will find the heat flux. Okay. Now the problem given is it is a brick wall. It is a brick wall. Here the inner surface is at 20 degrees Celsius. The inner surface of the brick wall is at a temperature of 28 degrees Celsius, and the outer surface is exposed to cool air. The outer surface of this brick wall is exposed to cool air, which is at minus 15 degrees Celsius. This air is at minus 15 degrees Celsius temperature, and the heat transfer coefficient on the outside surface H given is 40 watt per meter square degree Celsius. Okay, and now the thickness of this brick wall, is 0.3 meter. It is given, and the thermal conductivity of this brick wall, material is 0.7 watt per meter degree Celsius. Okay. Now here it is asked to determine the temperature distribution within this brick wall and also the heat flux through this wall. Use two elements. It is given that use two elements and obtain the solution. Okay. Now here, since this brick wall is made up of only one material, this composite wall, this one brick wall, it consists of only one material, then we can generate a finite element model by considering it as a single element, but here it is given that use two elements. Okay, here even though if you consider single element also, you will get the solution, only the temperature you will get here 28 degrees Celsius it is given, and temperature on the outside wall temperature only we will get T2 value if you consider it as a single element. But here in this case it is asked you to consider the two elements, then we will get the temperature at the center of this brick wall also. Okay, that means the inside wall temperature, let us take, this is T1 is 28 degrees Celsius it is given, and this is the T2 at the center, the temperature, and this is T3. Okay, now T1 is given, T2 and T3 we will calculate now. How do the temperature this 28 degrees Celsius is distributed through this brick wall up to minus 15 degrees Celsius, which is the outside surface is exposed to cool air, which is having temperature minus 15 degrees Celsius. Now, okay, now first generate the finite element model considering this brick wall into two elements. Equally divide this brick wall into two elements. This is 0.3 meter. If you divide it equally, then we will get each element length, that is thickness, 0.15 meter, 0.15 meter. Now let us generate the thermal stiffness matrix for each and every element. Okay. At last we need to generate the global equilibrium equation, that is KT is equal to R, as we know. If you refer my previous videos, you will come to know KT is equal to R. Now first you find the global matrix considering conduction and convection. Okay, what is the thermal stiffness matrix for element 1? It is given by K1 A1 by L1, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Since area is not given, you consider area as 1 meter square. Okay, now K1 equals to, what is the thermal conductivity of material 1? It is 0.7, that is element 1. The entire brick wall is having the same material, that is the brick wall, thermal conductivity, hence the thermal conductivity for both the elements is 0.7 only. I'll write 0.7 into 1 divided by thickness of element 1 is 0.15, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. I will get thermal stiffness matrix for element 1. If you find this ratio, we will get 0.7 divided by 0.15 will give you 4.66, 4.66 minus 4.66 minus 4.66, 4.66, and write the DOF numbers 1 to 1 2 for element 1, initial node 1, final node 2. Okay. Now next, thermal stiffness matrix for element 2, K2, is given by K2 A2 by L2, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, and thermal conductivity of element 2 is also the same, conductivity 0.7 into 1, L2, the length is same, 0.15 into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. If you calculate this ratio, it is as same as the K1. You will get this K2 also 4.66 minus 4.66 minus 4.66, 4.66, and write the DOF numbers 2 3 2 3, since element 2 consisting of two nodes numbered 2 3. Okay. Now let us generate. Now here we got in all the elements this one element terms 4.66 element matrix terms. Now let us generate the global matrix, global thermal matrix. Now the global matrix K is equal to, now since there are 3 nodes, 3 nodal temperatures we need to find, then you will get order of the matrix will be, global matrix will be 3 cross 3, and you write DOF numbers 1 2 3 1 2 3, and write the terms. You just transfer element 1 terms into this box and element 2 terms into this box. Okay. Element 1 which is having DOF number 1 2 1 2, and element 2 that is 2 3 2 3. Element 1 both are having the same coefficients 4.66, and 2 3 2 3 element 2 coefficients are plus 4.66 minus 4.66 minus 4.66, 4.66. The remaining you write it as blank 0. Okay. Now the convection has to be added. Since the convection occurs on the right side surface, that is at node 3, then add up the value of HA. That is, HA is what? 40 into 1. 40 is the H value at per meter square degree Celsius into 1. That is the area. Add up the value of this HA 40 to K, since it is occurring at node 3. Then add up this value to K33 term. Then K33 term will become, K33 term is 4.66, this one. Now you write 4.66 plus this 40, you will get 44.66 we got. Now this has become, this term has become 44.66. Okay. Now once you add up, then we got the global matrix K. Okay. Now this is what the global thermal stiffness matrix considering conduction and convection. Okay. Now write, and also the heat rate vector you generate, R equals to R1, R2, R3, that is the force vector due to the convection. Since R1 is 0, R2 is 0, R3 is HAT infinity because the convection occurs on the right side surface, that is at node 3. What is HAT infinity? H value is 40, area is 1, and what is the T infinity? Minus 15 degrees Celsius. Minus 15. If you calculate 40 into 15, we got 600. That is minus 600 is the R3 term. Once you get this as this one heat rate vector, now you write the global equation KT is equal to R, K into T is equal to R. If you write 4.66 minus 4.66, 0 minus 4.66, next 4.66 plus 4.66, calculate 9.32 minus 4.66, 0 minus 4.66, 44.66, into T1, T2, T3 nodal temperatures is equal to R1 is 0, R2 is 0, R3 is just now we have calculated minus 600. Okay. Now apply elimination or penalty approach. Now I will apply first elimination approach. I will apply elimination approach. Okay, using elimination approach now. Using elimination approach, since boundary condition given is T1 is equal to 28 degrees Celsius, that is the wall temperature, that is the brick wall inside brick wall temperature is T1 is 28 degrees Celsius, that is the boundary condition given. That is the boundary condition is nothing but specified value of the field variable. For heat transfer, the field variable is temperature. The specified value given is inside wall temperature 28 degrees Celsius, T1 is 28. Now eliminate, hence no need to calculate for T1. If T1 is known, according to elimination approach, eliminate first row and first column. And remaining two equations have to be solved considering these terms also. First term, because T1 is non-zero boundary condition. Okay. Now I will write remaining two equations, minus 4.66, this one into T1 into T1 is 28, okay, 28, okay, plus 9.32 T2 minus 4.66 T3 is equal to 0. Next, third equation, 0 into T1 minus 4.66 T2 plus 44.66 T3 is equal to minus 600. Okay, these two equations we will solve now, so that we will get the values of nodal temperatures at the nodes 2 and 3, T23. Okay, now first we will calculate this 4.66 into 28. We will get 130.48. If you take it to the RHS, you will get plus. Now the one equation we got 9.32 T2 minus 4.66 T3 is equal to 130.48, and second equation minus 4.66 T2 plus 44.66 T3 is equal to minus 600. Now if you solve these two equations, we will get T23. Now how many variables we have here? Two variables. A1 is 9.32, B1 is minus 4.66, and then C1 is 130.48, and then next second equation minus 4.66, next 44.66, next minus 600. Now we got T2 value by solving these two equations. T2 value 7.68 degrees Celsius, and T3 value we got minus 12.63 degrees Celsius. Okay, 7.68 degrees Celsius and minus 12. That means this temperature is going to be distributed through this brick wall 28 degrees Celsius. It is reduced to, at the center it is 7.68 degrees Celsius, and at the outside wall temperature will become minus 12.63 degrees Celsius, and which is exposed to air minus 15 degrees Celsius. Now the same problem we will solve analytically, and we will compare the results. Okay, what we got, I will write the results here. T1 already it is 28 degrees Celsius, so that we will verify the results. T2 we got 7.68 degrees Celsius, and T3 we got minus 12.63 degrees Celsius. Okay, and heat flux also it is given, it is asked. Heat flux is asked. Heat flux can be calculated directly, we know, by using the expression Q is equal to heat flux. We know that if you consider the first element K1 by L1, that is K dt by dx into bracket T1 minus T2. What is K1 value? That is 0.7. L1 value 0.15 into bracket T1 28 minus T2 7.68. If you calculate 28 minus 7.68 into 0.7 divided by 0.15, 94.82 we got. That means Q we got 94.82 watts per meter square heat flux. The same can calculate if we can compare also. It is going to be same steady state T2 minus T3. If you calculate K2 by L2, that is 0.7 divided by 0.15. T2 is 7.68 minus of T3 is 12.63. If we calculate 7.68, that is minus of minus plus 63 into 0.7 divided by 15, we got 94.78, which is same as watt per meter square. It is same as this one. And also if you calculate further H dt by H into HA dt, H into, that is H0 into T3 minus T infinity. T3 is minus 12.63 minus of minus 15 into H0 is 40. If you calculate, you will get same 94.78. Okay. Now heat flux value we got 94.78 watt per meter square. Now analytically we will solve this. Let's check the results analytically, so that we can verify the results with the FEM results, finite element method results. Now analytical method, what it says, heat flux is equal to initial temperature 28, final temperature is minus 15, that is minus of minus 15, difference between initial and final temperature divided by L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2. Okay, only one material conductivity is there, directly you can calculate. Okay, still we require center midpoint temperature also. We consider 2 only, L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2 plus 1 by H0. Okay, Q equals to 28 minus of minus 15 will become 43 divided by L1 by K1. What is L1? 0.15. K1 is 0.7. 0.15 is the L1 divided by K1 is 0.7 thermal conductivity. We will get 0.214 plus L2 by K2 is also same, because L2 is 0.15 and K2 is 0.7. We will get 0.214 plus 1 by H0. 1 divided by H0 is 40. 0.025. Okay. Now we'll calculate the denominator. 0.214 plus 0.214 plus 0.25. We'll get 0.453. 43 by 0.453. 43 divided by 0.453. 94.92 we got watt per meter square, which is same as this one. Okay. Now this 94.92 using analytical method. Okay. Now it is verified with this heat flux. Now this 94.92 is equal to K1 by L1, K dt by dx into bracket dt. What is dt? Temperature difference T1 to T2. T1 minus T2. And K1 is 0.7, L1 is 0.15, and T1 given is 28 minus T2 is unknown. This is 94.92 and 28 minus T2 will give you 0.15 into 94.92 divided by 0.7, 20.34 we got. Okay, T2 is equal to 28 minus 20.34, we got 7.66 degrees Celsius, which is as same as this one. Now it is result is verified. Now same, now we check for T3. Again conduction, Q is equal to 94.92, that is equal to K2 by L2 into temperature difference T2 minus T3. This 94.92 is equal to K2.7 L2, thickness is 0.15. T2 just now we got 7.66 minus T3. Now if we calculate 94.92 into 0.15 divided by 0.7, 20.34 we got. 20.34 is equal to 7.66 minus T3. Therefore T3 is equal to this 20.34, that means 7.66 minus 20.34. 7.66 minus 20.34 will give minus 12.68 degrees Celsius, which we got as same as this T3 value, that is outside wall temperature. This is how we can compare the results, verify the results with analytically. And my dear students, just now we have solved it by using elimination approach. We can apply the penalty approach also. Write whatever the global equation we got using conduction and convection, this global matrix T and R. We just add up the value of, first find out the value of C and add up the value of T1. Okay, add up this one C value to the K11 term, because the boundary condition exists at node 1. C value, add up the C value to the K11 term. C value is maximum of Kij matrix into 10 raised to 4. First find out this one maximum value among K, and it is to be added to the K11 term of this global matrix K11 term, since the boundary condition is at node 1. And after that add up CT1 to R1 term. R3 already we have, that is minus 600, and R1 to R1 term you just add up CT1 value. R1 is going to be changed, modified, and R2 is 0 and R3 is that minus 600. And here in global matrix which is subjected to conduction and convection, in global matrix you just K11 term is modified by adding up the value of C to K11 term. Then after that, without eliminating any of the equations, all those three equations you solve, you will get same T1 28 degrees Celsius, T2 7.68 and T3 minus 12.63 degrees Celsius. I hope you have understood, my dear students. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.